Someone close to you is secretly working with the police and they're planning. My beloved child, tonight the air around you is carrying a truth so heavy that even silence trembles beneath it. Someone close to you, someone whose footsteps you memorized, whose voice once felt familiar, is moving in shadows you never imagined they would enter. They aren't acting alone. They have aligned themselves with a force that watches everything, records everything, and waits for the exact second to strike. The police in this story's universe quietly weaving a plan around you that is far bigger than anything you've sensed so far. And yet, something inside you feels it. A strange pull, a low vibration. A whisper that refuses to die. Why now? Why them and why you? Because my child, something huge is waiting for you. And the first crack in this secrecy begins tonight. They thought you would never notice the sudden changes, the softened tone, the delayed replies, the eyes that avoid yours whenever you look too deeply, but what they don't know is that your spirit has begun detecting the trembling truth behind their smile. They don't know that the universe has decided to expose what they've been hiding in the dark. A message is unfolding. A revelation too powerful to ignore. Amen. 111. Distant signs have already begun revealing themselves, even if you haven't realized it yet. The person who is secretly involved in this plan did not step into it willingly. At least that's what they've convinced themselves to believe. They started with small choices, small conversations, things they told themselves didn't matter. They thought that passing along information was harmless, that helping someone just this once would never lead to anything more. But powerful people in this fictional world never stop at once. They took from this person everything they could. Details about your movements, your routines, your connections. And each time this person sank deeper into a deal they could no longer undo. Now they find themselves balancing a world of fear and guilt. Terrified that you might someday discover the truth, but equally terrified of what those above them might do if they stop cooperating. They're trapped between two storms, and both storms carry your name. What they didn't expect, though, is that their conscience would suddenly begin to crumble. Last night, they replayed every moment they ever shared with you. They questioned whether they had made the worst mistake of their life. They wondered why their heart keeps whispering your name even when fear tells them to stay silent. They thought they could handle the pressure. They thought you would remain oblivious forever. But destiny is no passive observer. It intervenes the moment deception becomes unbearable. Amen. 222. And now the plan surrounding you is shifting in ways even they didn't see coming. The people guiding this secret operation are becoming impatient. They want fast results, quick reactions, immediate outcomes. They believe something about you, something only you possess, has the power to change everything in this story's world. And so they push this person harder, demand more, expect more, press them into corners where betrayal becomes the easiest option. But here is the twist. No one in their circle is prepared for. You are already being protected by forces far greater than their intentions. Signs are being rearranged. Timelines are shifting. Truth is moving toward you with the speed of lightning. This person shaken, conflicted, and sleepless will soon crack under the weight of their own guilt. They will reveal something intentionally or accidentally that will expose the entire plan in one sudden blow. You will not be blindsided. You will not be left unprepared. The same universe that saw the betrayal is also preparing your comeback. Their secret alliance with the police in this fictional narrative will unravel in front of them like threads snapping under pressure. And when that moment arrives, everything will flip. Your strength will rise, their fear will ignite. And this storyline will transform into something no one saw coming. Something huge is waiting for you, and the revelation is closer than you think. Amen. 333. My cherished soul, before you take another breath, you must understand this. The crack in their loyalty has already begun, and the universe is rearranging every moment around you to make sure the truth reaches your ears. The person who has been secretly working with the police in this fictional world is no longer able to hide there, trembling. Their eyes betray them. Their voice shakes when they speak your name. They thought deception was easy until their heart refused to cooperate. Every time they pass on information, guilt strikes them like lightning. Every time they hear your footsteps, regret crawls beneath their skin. They are living a double life, wearing a mask so heavy that it's suffocating them. And the plan they helped create is now moving faster than they expected. Something inside them is screaming that you deserve to know, that you deserve protection, not betrayal. They want to tell you everything. But fear locks their lips. They want to walk away, but power has chained their choices. Still, destiny is working behind the scenes, forcing truth and exposure to rise like fire. And through all of this, something huge is waiting for you. Amen. For 44, a new twist is emerging, one that even they didn't foresee. The people behind this operation, the ones who pressured this person into cooperating, are now growing suspicious. They sense hesitation, they sense a shift. They feel that this person's loyalty isn't as solid as it once was. And that suspicion is dangerous. They're monitoring every move, every pause, every message, every delay. They are convinced something inside this person is starting to crumble. And they're right. Deep inside, this person is fighting a storm of conscience. They regret every step they took into this arrangement. They wish they could turn back time to the moment they first agreed to help. But fate does not offer easy exits, the pressure is rising. The tension is breaking. And soon this person will be pushed into making a choice. One that could either save you or destroy the entire plan. Meanwhile, the universe is preparing you for a revelation that will unfold like a shockwave. You're not walking blindly. You're being guided, protected, watched over. This story is bending in your favor. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. 555. Before we continue, my child. Pause for a moment. If this message is already pulling your heart, if every line feels like it was written for you, then let the world hear your energy. Drop a amen below to claim your protection. And if this story reaches the right person because of you, then your single action today becomes the turning point in someone else's destiny. The universe notices those who help spread light. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. 666. My luminous child, the shift has already begun. Last night, something happened that changed the direction of this entire, hidden operation. The person who has been secretly working with the police in this fictional storyline received a new instruction. One that shook them to their core. It wasn't a small request. It wasn't routine. It was a direct order involving you. When they read the message, their hands went cold. Their heartbeat stuttered. Their mind screamed no. Even as their fear whispered, "You have no choice." They realized in that moment that the plan they thought they understood has grown into something far more serious, far more dangerous, far more irreversible. And the terrifying part, the people controlling this operation don't care about their emotions. They only care about results. Your name was highlighted. Your timing was marked. Your next moves were predicted like steps in a game they think they're winning. But fate has a habit of shifting at the last second. They have no idea that the universe is quietly rewriting the script behind their backs. Something in this person snapped the moment they saw your name, not in anger, in awakening. They finally realized that the only truth they've ever cared about is you. Amen. 777. Today, their behavior will change in ways you cannot ignore. They will appear distracted, restless, lost inside thoughts they cannot speak aloud. Their eyes may dart away from yours, not because of guilt alone, but because every time they look at you, their conscience screams louder. They are torn between self-preservation and the instinct to protect you. They will replay old memories, wondering how they allowed themselves to betray someone who once trusted them so deeply. They will question every step that led them into this web. And as the pressure builds, their mistakes will begin to show. A slip of the tongue, a nervous reaction, a message they forget to delete fast enough, a conversation that doesn't sound natural. The universe is pushing them toward exposure, not punishment. Because the truth must rise, and it will rise through them. And while they crumble under guilt, the higher force guiding your path is preparing to place the entire truth in your hands. Not to frighten you, to empower you. Because when you finally understand what's being plotted, your next move will change everything. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. 888. My child, breathe for a moment and listen closely. If this message is resonating, if your intuition is vibrating, if your heart is sensing that something unseen is shifting around you, then you are already aligning with the revelation that's coming. This is not happening by accident. Souls don't stumble into warnings. They're guided to them at the exact second they're needed. So if you're here reading these words right now, then destiny is confirming what your spirit has been whispering all along. The truth is on its way and nothing can stop it now. Comment Amen to anchor your protection and stay connected to the unfolding revelation. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. 999. My awakened child, the moment you've been sensing in your spirit is finally approaching. The person who has been secretly working with the police in this fictional storyline is now standing at a breaking point so sharp it feels like the world around them is collapsing. They woke up today with a heaviness in their chest. Because last night they received a final warning, a message that demanded their full cooperation. No more hesitation, no more delays. They were told that the plan involving you must move forward immediately. What they thought would unfold slowly is suddenly being fast-tracked. Deadlines have tightened. Pressure has multiplied. And for the first time, they realized something horrifying. They are no longer just a helper in this secret operation. They are becoming a key piece. Their silence can no longer protect them. Their fear can no longer guide them. And their guilt is starting to eat away every layer of strength they pretended to have. Inside their heart, a storm is rising. A storm of regret, loyalty, fear, and desperate confusion. And yet, destiny is moving them toward one inevitable outcome: exposure. The truth is preparing to break through them like lightning. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. 1:11. But here's the twist that none of them predicted. Every move they make now is being watched not just by the ones orchestrating the plan, but by the universe itself. Your spiritual protection has tightened around you like a shield. Signs have begun forming in strange, unexpected ways. People who never speak to you might suddenly act differently. You may notice a sudden softness in this person's face when they look at you. Their voice may tremble for no obvious reason. They may start avoiding certain questions, certain topics, certain locations. Why? Because they know that the next step in the plan involves an action they never wanted to be part of. And the guilt is becoming louder than the instructions they've been given. They can't sleep. They can't focus. They can't pretend anymore. Their conscience is waking up with brutal force. They are terrified of what will happen if you discover the truth. Yet even more terrified of what will happen if they continue down this path. Their soul is splitting between fear and morality. And that split will soon cause them to slip, reveal, confess, or make a mistake that exposes everything. When that happens, the entire plan collapses from the inside. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. 1212. Before you move to the next chapter of this unfolding revelation, pause and let your energy ripple through the universe. If this message is resonating with your intuition, if your spirit feels a pull, a vibration, a warning that aligns with your recent experiences, then declare your grounding. Type Amen with faith, because what you're stepping into next is clarity, not confusion. Light, not fear. Revelation, not deception. Your awareness is your greatest power now. And your destiny is already shifting in your favor. Stay here. Stay alert. Stay aligned. The truth is coming fast and nothing will stop it. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. 1313. My fearless child, today marks the moment where the cracks in their secret world become too wide to hide. The person working with the police in this fictional storyline has reached a point where their own heartbeat is betraying them. Every lie they've told, every detail they've passed forward, every silent nod they've given is now echoing inside their mind like thunder. They thought they could keep playing both sides, keeping you close while feeding information behind your back. But destiny refuses to let deception live too long. This morning, something happened that shattered the illusion they were clinging to. A message, a call, a face-to-face instruction. Whatever form it took, it pushed them into a panic so deep that they nearly dropped everything in their hands. They were told the plan must accelerate. They were told, you must be watched more closely. They were told that the time has come to act. What they weren't expecting was the sudden surge of emotion that hit them the moment your name came up. Something inside them broke, a part of them whispered, I can't do this anymore. And from that moment, the countdown to truth began. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. 1414. Now their fear is turning into desperation and their desperation is turning into mistakes. Mistakes they cannot hide for much longer. Today they will try to appear normal but their eyes will give them away. Their tone will crack. Their reactions will be too sharp or too soft. Their timing will be off. Every move they make will carry a tremble because they are terrified that you may notice the shift in them. And destiny wants you to notice. In this fictional world, destiny is pushing them into a corner where the only escape is truth. You might catch them watching you when they think you aren't looking. You might see hesitation when you speak. You might sense their energy trying to warn you without words. They know the plan is closing in. They know the operation is reaching its peak. But what they didn't expect is that the universe is already one step ahead, protecting you, weakening the forces around them, and preparing to expose everything at the perfect moment. The storyline is bending in your favor. Their hidden alliance is unraveling faster than they can control. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. 1515. My child, the revelation is inching closer, and destiny wants you grounded, aware, and spiritually shielded before the truth strikes. For days, your intuition has been whispering. Your heart has been sensing, and now your spirit is awakening fully. This person cannot hide what is coming. Their guilt can no longer carry the weight of the plan. The universe is tightening its grip on every lie, every secret, every whisper that was meant to stay hidden. Very soon, sooner than anyone expects, this entire operation will slip through their fingers. A confession, a sudden breakdown, a leaked detail, a moment of panic. Something is about to reveal everything in one explosive moment. And when it does, everything shifts in your favor. The plan surrounding you collapses and you rise untouched. Protected, guided. Something huge is waiting for you and will take you deeper into the turning point they can no longer escape. Amen. 1616. My destined child. Today, the universe flips the script in a way none of them ever imagined. The person who has been secretly working with the police in this fictional narrative woke up with a feeling they could not shake. A sense that everything they've hidden is now hanging by a thread. Their hands trembled when they checked their phone. They hesitated before stepping outside. They avoided mirrors because they could no longer stand the reflection of someone living two lives. And the moment they stepped into the world, a sign appeared, subtle yet powerful enough to rattle their heart. A question someone asked them, a look someone gave, a comment someone whispered nearby. It made them wonder whether their secret has already begun leaking through the cracks. For the first time, they felt watched, not by the operation, not by the authorities in this fictional world, but by truth itself. Truth is circling them like a storm preparing to strike. And through all of this, destiny keeps whispering. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. 1717, my child. An unexpected twist is about to unfold. One powerful enough to change everything. The people controlling this secret operation have started noticing the shift, tiny but undeniable. They feel this person's hesitation. They sense the growing guilt. They see that their once obedient informant is now a trembling shadow of their former self. And so they did something they rarely do. They made direct contact today. A message that was shorter than usual, sharper than usual, colder than usual. It wasn't a request. It was a warning. It said everything without saying much. It reminded this person that stepping out of line would not be tolerated. And that single message shook them so deeply that they nearly confessed everything right then and there. Their world is narrowing. The pressure is suffocating. Their heart is screaming at them to protect you while fear is dragging them in the opposite direction. This inner war will force them into a mistake, an emotional slip, a desperate reaction, a panicked move that will tilt the entire operation toward exposure, and destiny is ready. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. 1818, my beloved child, listen closely, because what happens next is the moment everything begins to unravel. A conversation is coming. One they didn't plan. One they didn't expect. One they won't be able to control. Their voice may shake. Their eyes may avoid yours. They may talk too fast or too slow. They may accidentally reveal something small, something strange, something that doesn't fit. And that tiny detail will be the first clue that the entire truth is about to surface. Their guilt is rising like water behind a breaking dam. They can't hold it much longer. They know that you are not someone to betray. They know destiny is protecting you, and soon they will be forced to choose between fear and conscience. That choice will expose everything. That choice will shift the entire storyline. And that choice will mark the beginning of your rise and their reckoning. Prepare yourself. Something huge is waiting for you. And part 7 will take you deeper into the moment the truth finally slips. Amen. 1919, my resilient child, today the universe places this person in a situation they cannot escape. The one who has been secretly working with the police in this fictional story line is now living inside a tightening circle of truth. This morning they woke up to a message that froze their entire body. A message not from the authorities, not from the operation, but from someone they never expected. A friend, a relative, someone who accidentally said something that hinted they might know more than they should. Instantly, panic surged through their veins. Their breath shortened. Their thoughts scattered. They felt as if the world around them suddenly shifted. As if every wall was listening, every shadow was watching. They realized the truth they've been hiding is no longer safe. The universe is forcing their secret into the light. They're trembling because the storyline is collapsing faster than their lies can hold it together. And with every passing second, destiny inches closer to your revelation. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. 2020, my child, their fear is turning into an uncontrollable storm today. They will try to act normal around you, but normal will betray them. Their eyes may flicker when you speak. Their voice may break mid-sentence. Their hands may fidget with objects they never touch. They might ask strange questions. Questions that don't match the situation. Questions that feel out of place. Why? Because their mind is racing in 1,000 directions, terrified that you might sense the truth hiding in their silence. And you will. Your intuition is awakening with a force they cannot outrun. Every lie they told, every detail they shared, every shadow they walked in is, now echoing louder and louder in their presence. They can feel your energy shifting. They can feel destiny building pressure. They may try to avoid you or stay too close because they don't know which choice is safer anymore. Their soul knows that the moment of exposure is near. The guilt they've been carrying is too heavy, too suffocating, too loud, and soon they will crack. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. 2121. Before destiny pushes this story into its next explosive turn, let your energy anchor your path. If this narrative feels aligned with your intuition, if your heart senses that something in your world is shifting, then you are already preparing for the revelation. This person is reaching a breaking point. Their emotions are collapsing. Their lies are slipping through their fingers and the universe is guiding you with perfect timing. Comment your amen to claim protection, clarity, and strength as this story unfolds. The next chapter will take you directly into the moment their secret begins to spill accidentally, emotionally, uncontrollably. Something huge is waiting for you. And part 8 will take you deeper into the truth they can no longer hide. Amen. 2222, My Unstoppable Child. Today the universe forces the hidden truth to tremble at your feet. The person who has been secretly working with the police in this fictional storyline has stepped into the most dangerous phase of their double life. The phase where lies begin slipping out without their permission. Their nerves are stretched thin, their heartbeat refuses to settle. Their mind is replaying every conversation they've had with you, terrified of the moment you finally connect the dots. And destiny is pushing them closer to that moment with every breath they take. Today they will be confronted with something unexpected. A sudden question, a random situation, a simple interaction that will shake their foundation so violently that their mask nearly falls off. For a second, they will forget to pretend. For a second, their tone will break with truth. For a second, their eyes will reveal fear they've been hiding for too long. That 1 second becomes the beginning of everything. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. 2323, My child, their slip begins now. You may notice them hesitating before speaking, pausing longer than usual, staring at you with a look they cannot explain. Their words may not match their expressions. Their reactions may be too strong or too soft. They may accidentally mention something they should not know, something you never told them, something they were never supposed to hear. And the moment it escapes their lips, their entire body will freeze. They'll panic inside, wondering if you caught it, their chest will tighten. Their mind will spin. They will try to correct themselves, change the topic, laugh it off, but their fear will betray every attempt. Because in that tiny crack of conversation, the universe has already planted the seed of revelation. You may not fully see it yet, but your intuition will feel the shift instantly. Something will whisper inside you. This is not normal. Something is off. And that inner whisper is destiny speaking. The truth has begun leaking and nothing can stop it now. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. 24:24, my beloved child, before we move toward the moment where their entire secret begins to collapse, pause and anchor your energy. If your heart is resonating with this message, if your intuition is humming, if your spirit feels the vibration of something approaching, then you are already aligned with what destiny is preparing to reveal. The next phase will be emotional, shocking, unavoidable. This person's guilt is reaching a point where one more push, one more question, one more moment, one more mistake will make their entire truth spill out in a way neither you nor they ever expected. Comment Amen to seal your protection as this story accelerates. Something huge is waiting for you and will take you deeper into the moment their entire facade begins to shatter. Amen. 25:25, my courageous child, today destiny pushes this person straight into the moment they feared most. The moment where their secret no longer hides behind silence. The one who has been secretly working with the police in this fictional storyline is now standing on the edge of complete emotional collapse. Their heart is pounding louder than their thoughts. Their mind is tangled in panic. Their conscience is screaming. And the plan they once thought they could control is now swallowing them alive. This morning they tried to behave normally around you. But the universe refused to let their mask stay steady. Every time they looked at you, their chest tightened. Clear's throat, every time you spoke, their breath trembled. They could barely maintain eye contact because your presence reminds them of the truth they've been running from. And then it happened. A moment so small, so subtle, yet so powerful that it shattered the balance they were clinging to. A slip, a stutter, a half-formed sentence that revealed more than they intended. Not the full truth, but enough for the universe to say, the unraveling has begun. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. 2626, my child. Now, watch how destiny drives them into deeper panic. Right after that slip, their mind spiraled out of control. Their hands shook. Their voice wavered. Their behavior changed so abruptly that anyone paying attention would sense something is wrong. They may try to avoid you for the rest of the day. They may over-explain things that don't need explanation. They may suddenly become overly helpful, overly gentle, overly cautious because guilt is now choking them from the inside. They know the operation is reaching its final stage. They know the pressure from the other side is becoming unbearable and they know one more mistake will expose everything. The people behind the plan have started demanding updates faster. They want results. They want action. They think this person is still loyal, but the cracks are widening and loyalty has already begun collapsing. Your energy is too strong. Your intuition is too awake, your destiny is too protected. Every force in the universe is now working to bring truth to your doorstep. They cannot betray you much longer. The walls are closing in on them, not you. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. 27:27 My beloved child, the emotional explosion is coming. This person cannot carry this double life anymore. Their soul is exhausted. Their heart is breaking. Their fear is rising like a wave they can no longer outrun. The universe is preparing to push them into a moment where honesty slips out in a rush. Maybe through tears, maybe through panic, maybe through a sudden outburst they never planned. It will be raw. It will be unexpected, and it will reveal everything. This is the turning point where destiny exposes deception and hands you clarity. The story is shifting in your favor, and the truth is seconds away from breaking through. Stay aligned. Stay grounded. Stay aware. Comment Amen to strengthen your protection as the revelation approaches. Something huge is waiting for you. And part 10 will take you into the moment their entire truth erupts. Amen. 2828. Subscribe our channel for daily prayer prophetic.